Hey, Norah.
Hi, Dad.
What do you want to talk about this week?
We're going to talk about careers.
Welcome to the Norah and Dad show. I'm Dad, and I have with me, as always,
Norah. That's
before
me.
we, that is you. Before we start this week, I just want to say a quick hello to all our new listeners and a quick thank you for the outpouring of support and encouragement and kind words we received after last week's episode. I think anytime you go through any kind of trauma, which is what we as a family went through, you feel very much alone in the experience, and everybody who reached out made us understand that we're not. And so I just wanted to say a quick thank you. And while we don't want to rehash what we talked about last week, I just think people would just appreciate a very quick, how are you doing, Nora?
Not great.
Not great?
Not great.
No, what's wrong?
That's okay.
No?
Well, I don't feel great. Just like,
Oh,
bleh.
physically you don't feel great. How are you? How are you otherwise?
Just meh.
Just nah?
Yeah.
All right, well, we won't get into it. That's fine.
Recovery is not an uphill process. It's like a roller coaster.
I was going to say it is an uphill process, but no, it is a roller coaster. There's days are up and down, and we just kind of muddle through and do the best we can.
That we do.
All right. So you want to talk about careers, and I guess the logical place to start would be the question that everybody asks everybody like your age. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know. I think a teacher. That sounds
You've
nice.
you've
I've had
had
lots of ambitions.
I
I
think
wanted to be
in
a vet for a really long time, and then I realized I'd have to, like, kill dogs and cats, so didn't want to do that.
vets don't kill dogs and cats.
Okay, well, they put them down, and that made me sad.
Oh, but they're sick and you're
I know, but I
helping
don't want to,
them.
but I don't want to do that, so I couldn't do
I've put
that.
I've put two dogs down,
I know, and I don't
and it's
ever want to put a
awful,
dog
but they
down.
were both they it was the best thing for both of them.
I know, but it's sad. No. And then teacher for a really long time until like middle school, because then I was like, oh, I don't really make that much money, and I want to be able to support like a family and stuff. And then it was something to do with forensics, but then I realized that I don't want to look at dead people, and there's a lot of math and science involved with that. So math is not my strong suit. And then it was like psychologist, which that is still a contender. All right, and then now it's teacher. So it's just like I want to work with kids and I want to do that. So
And you came out of the hospital and you were like, I don't think I want to be a psychologist anymore.
no, that is not what I said.
It's exactly what you said.
That is not what I said. I don't have any
Oh
recollection
no,
of that.
it's exactly what you said. You said I don't
Okay.
think I don't think I'm going to do this anymore. It's too hard.
Well, fair enough. Being a teacher is hard too. I think
What
any
about
job's hard.
what about lawyer? You just came out of mock trial. You don't want to
Oh,
follow in your dear
I
father's footsteps and be an attorney?
after I did mock trial in 8th grade, I wanted to be an attorney. When we did our To Kill a Mockingbird trial, because I was the
Right.
opening attorney. That was really fun. And then I saw how stressful it is to like actually like do legal work in mock trial, because that's a lot more. Teacher gives you stuff and you have to do it by yourself. So, but I was a witness for mock trial,
you just
not an
finished
attorney.
you just finished the actual mock trial competition.
Yes, yesterday. It was very fun.
So you're thinking lawyer might be too stressful.
I think so. Lots
So
of
now
school.
now you're thinking teacher. What is it about teacher that sounds so attractive to you?
Kids. And
That's it.
I
You
don't
could
know.
be you could be a mom and work with kids.
Well, I want to do that too. I don't know. It just sounds like Because I help out with the kids at Lake Ridge, and it's so much fun, and I really like teaching them stuff. I think I'm an okay teacher. Like, I don't know, I feel like I'm able to help people decently.
So when
I
you
don't
say you
know.
help out, you're what, like an aide? Is that a fair description?
Upper school mentor is what they call
Upper
it.
school mentor. And what
And
grades what grades do you help out with?
second and third grade, and I love them. I go in at the beginning and end of the day, though, so it's like once a cycle, and then I go in for the third graders, it's the last period, and for the second graders, it's the first period. So I don't really get to do much, like, lessons, I guess, but I get to, like, help them with homework and morning work and stuff like that, and it's really fun. And I hadn't been there for a while because of COVID cases at school, and then, I was out, so I missed my days. And then they saw me the other day, the second graders, and they all ran up to me and said that they missed me. And it made me so happy. I was about to cry. They're just so cute.
You gave a really honest answer before when I said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And your first answer was, "I don't know," which I think is a fair response. Like, I think I always knew I wanted to be a lawyer from probably when I was your age, and then went to college and took courses that would sort of get me ready for that, but not really, and then went to law school. And here I am, 25 years after law school. But I think there's a lot of pressure on kids these days to like know what they want to do when they grow up. You go to a college preparatory school where you have to go to college. Like, you can't graduate, you can't get a high school diploma unless you enroll in a 4-year college or university. That's required. It's a requirement for graduation. I think there's a lot of pressure on kids, particularly at your school, like to know what they want to be when they grow up. You have kids, a lot of kids go to like Ivy League schools and other really impressive colleges, which is awesome. But I think it's also unrealistic to know at 15 how you want to spend the rest of your life.
Well,
Don't you
I mean,
think?
yes, I know that. Like, I know I have, like, points in my life, like, where I want to do certain things. Like, and I want to graduate high school, and I want to graduate college, go to grad school, and I want to have a family, or get married, have a family, and then just the rest of it's just up in the air. Whatever happens, happens.
Whatever happens, happens. And you might go to college and you might take a course that you fall in love with, and it might change the entire direction of how you spend the rest of your life. I ended up a philosophy major in college because this was back in the day when you didn't register. Now you register for classes like online. But when I was in college, you actually had to go to the gym where each class had a line you had to wait in to register for a course. And you pulled random numbers to determine what time you got to go register for classes. So if you
It's
pulled
weird.
a really good number, you would get into the really like the high demand courses. And if you pulled a lousy number, you'd be stuck with what was left when the courses filled up. In my sophomore year, I was stuck with a lousy number, and the philosophy line was the shortest. And I ended up registering for a philosophy course and loved it, and almost decided to go to grad school for philosophy instead of becoming a lawyer. But last I checked, philosophers don't make a lot of money, if anything at all. So I went the more practical route and went to law school and got a career instead of just writing and thinking about stuff, which is fun, but
My English teacher was talking about this Friday. Yeah, so 2 days ago. He went to college for, like, biochemistry, and he was going to be a professor in biochemistry, and then hated it and changed to English.
that's a huge change from biochemistry to English.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, so
But he's a
there's
very
no,
good English teacher.
and if you end up becoming a teacher, which I guess it sounds like is your thought right now, that's awesome. It's a really noble profession, and we need lots of good teachers that kids can connect with and can be inspirational for kids. So I think that's awesome. But you might go to college and take a biochemistry course and decide you want to become a you're shaking your head.
Too much
You
math.
and you might become a biochemist,
Too much math.
or you might take an art history course and decide you want to be an art historian, or who knows what. I think the world is entirely open to you, and I hope whatever path you go down, I just hope it's something that makes you happy and brings you joy, because there's nothing worse than spending your life doing something that makes you unhappy and miserable.
I know there's like 3 colleges I can go to, so I don't have to stress too much about that. 'Cause I cannot.
it's
I
you don't want to
can't.
go away to college.
No, I can't. I like my room. I like my dogs. I like laundry and dinner. So
We
free
will
rent.
happily have you here as long as you want, but at 21 you got to start paying rent.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you can stay here through college, and after that, the rent checks start coming in.
Well, yeah, I'd like to move out after college. That would be
Like I
the
said,
goal.
like I said, you can stay as long as you want, but at some point you got to start paying rent.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. All right, that's all I got for this week. Norah, if people want to find you online to connect with you, where should they go?
At Norah Marie Music, anywhere you can think of, even though I don't really use it besides Facebook and Instagram.
Perfect. You can find me at John Hyman all over the place. We are the Norah and Dad Show. Thank you again to everybody for listening. Please feel free to smash them stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We love 5-star ratings and reviews. It makes us very, very happy. And who doesn't like to be made happy and to feel loved?
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Everybody have a good week. We'll see you next week. Love you, kiddo.
Love you too.